So this war between Elon Musk and the Anti-Defamation League, the ADL, began when the president of the ADL, his name is Jonathan Greenblatt, met with the CEO of X, Linda Yaccarino. Now, Linda Yaccarino, you know, we're pretty skeptical of on this show. She doesn't seem to be as committed to free speech as Elon Musk. She seems to actually support a censorship regime. I don't know if it's just Elon Musk's way of playing good cop, bad cop with advertisers to have almost a figurehead at the forefront of his company so that advertisers feel that they have an advocate. I don't know. But she met with Jonathan Greenblatt, the president of the CEO of the ADL, and this is what he posted on X after the meeting. He said, I had a very frank and productive conversation with Linda Yaccarino yesterday about X, what works and what doesn't, and where it needs to go to address hate effectively on the platform. I appreciated her reaching out, and I'm hopeful the service will improve. ADL will be vigilant and give her and Elon Musk credit if the service gets better, and reserve the right to call them out until it does. And here's immediately where it gets tricky, because the ADL, the stated purpose of the ADL to stop the defamation of the Jewish people and to secure justice and fair treatment for all is a very important mission. The ADL has in the past been one of the most reputable sources for documenting the number of anti-Semitic incidents, violent incidents in this country, which is an important thing to document and to hold people accountable. It's an important thing to know so that we can fight against this. But what this president of the ADL, Jonathan Greenblatt, is doing now is using the formerly built reputation of the ADL as somewhat of a shield, and he's pretending that his just blatantly leftist activism is part of the effort by the ADL to combat anti-Semitism, and it's not. So I want to walk you through exactly what went down here. After Jonathan Greenblatt posted on X that he talked to Linda Yaccarino about increasing censorship, a hashtag ban the ADL began to trend on X. And to my knowledge, it has been trending ever since that happened. It kind of goes up and down, fluctuates, whether it's at the top or the bottom of the trending list, but it's a big deal on X right now. And it's causing people, and when I say people, I mean leftist media and leftist pundits on X, to accuse Elon Musk and X of being anti-Semitic. So Elon responded to this accusation because it's an egregious accusation. He responded to clarify what his position is, what the position of his company, X, is. We can bring this up on the screen. He says, to be super clear, I'm pro-free speech, but against anti-Semitism of any kind. That seems perfectly clear to me. Then he details what the Anti-Defamation League has been doing to X since he acquired, well, it was Twitter at the time, since he acquired Twitter. He said, since the acquisition, the ADL has been trying to kill this platform by falsely accusing it and me of being anti-Semitic. That's a pretty serious accusation that Elon Musk is leveraging. And I think a lot of people said, oh, wow, they have? Like, do you have receipts for this? And in fact, he does. So Elon then posted on X to show the enormity of this problem or the breadth of this problem. He said, our US advertising revenue is still down 60%, primarily due to pressure on advertisers by ADL. That's what advertisers tell us. So they almost succeeded in killing X/Twitter. So then this kind of answers the question that I posed before of, well, who makes that phone call? Who pressures companies to boycott? What happens in the interim when woke corporations aren't woke and then go woke, or when unwoke celebrities become woke? Who's making that phone call? Well, Elon Musk is answering that. Then he says he's not going to sit by idly and let this happen. He posted and said, if this continues, meaning these accusations that he and X are anti-Semitic, he said, we will have no choice but to file a defamation suit against, ironically, the Anti-Defamation League. He put anti-defamation in quotation marks. He said, if they lose the defamation suit, we will insist that they drop the anti part of their name since, obviously, ... and then laughing face. What's interesting is other users on X began talking about the ADL, because the ADL is one of those things, it's almost hard to criticize the ADL because of the sterling reputation they have built in the past, and because nearly everyone in the country besides fringe minority weirdos think that the mission of the ADL is a good and moral mission, a necessary purpose in our country. But that's why it's been such an effective bully pulpit, or such an effective bullying tool for the left because they can hide behind this sterling reputation. So an ex-user by the name of ALX pointed this out and said, it wouldn't be the first time that the Defamation League would be found to have defamed people. And he posted a headline that says, Judge fines ADL $10.5 million in Colorado defamation suit. Elon then responded to that particular post saying, you know, the ADL has cost us a lot more money than that. He said, interesting, in our case, they would potentially be on the hook for destroying half the value of our company, so roughly $22 billion. Now, some users on X said, okay, that in and of itself is a huge accusation to leverage. Do you have proof that the ADL itself is responsible for the loss of $22 billion and not less than that? Maybe it's a combination of different organizations and lobbying groups. And this is what Elon Musk responded. He said, based on what we've heard from advertisers, ADL seems to be responsible for most of our revenue loss, giving them maximum benefit of the doubt. I don't see any scenario where they're responsible for less than 10% of the value destruction, so approximately $4 billion. Document discovery of all communications between the ADL and advertisers will tell the full story. Then, let me bring this one up. So as you can see, this is quite the interesting saga. There was a user named Tesla Owners Silicon Valley that asked Elon on X, said, are advertisers willing to come back when you tell them the truth? Basically that you're not anti-Semitic. And this is what Elon responded. He said, advertisers avoid controversy. So all that is needed for ADL to crush our US and European ad revenue is to make unfounded accusations. They have much less power in Asia, so our ad revenue there is still strong. This quote unquote controversy causes advertisers to pause, but that pause is permanent until ADL gives the green light, which they will not do without us agreeing to secretly suspend or shadow ban any account they don't like. That is the relationship they've had with X/Twitter for many years. Presumably, they have that with all Western search or social media organizations. Now, this is where it gets really interesting. So now all of a sudden, you think about every account on any social media platform that's been shadow banned, that's gotten a strike, that's been suspended, and you think, well, was this a violation of the terms of service of that social media platform, or was this the Anti-Defamation League putting pressure on that social media platform to ban that individual? Well, here's the thing. The Anti-Defamation League admitted to this effort. So it's not just an accusation, it is substantiated. So the ADL admits to these efforts, ironically, in posts on X itself. This is I suppose it was called a tweet at the time from November of 2022. The ADL tweeted, today we are joining dozens of other groups to ask advertisers to pause Twitter spending because we are profoundly concerned about anti-Semitism and hate on the platform. Here's why we are asking advertisers to quote, or to hashtag stop hate for profit and hashtag stop toxic Twitter. So they admit themselves that they are asking advertisers to boycott spending any money on X because what they deem to be hate on the platform, we'll get to their definition of hate in just a minute. They also said on November 18th of 2022 on Twitter, they said, whatever happens to Twitter, new social platforms need to center trust and safety from the outset or risk being subject to the same fate. In the meantime, Elon Musk has put Twitter on death watch. It didn't have to be this way. Hi guys, it's Liz Wheeler. Don't forget to watch my show, The Liz Wheeler Show, every night at 7 p.m. on the First TV. You can download the free First TV app, or you can visit thefirsttv.com/Liz and start watching today.